Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of the Almost Funny Podcast. I'm your Almost Funny host, Chaz. I'm joined today by my very funny friend, Steve Rocco. Some may say that he is a demon child. Some may say he's a vampire. I know him as a good egg who runs the wonderful Wasted Talent Agency. We're on the other side of what I'm just going to call one of the most successful New Year's shows on Long Island. It may not have sold the best.
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made. It was in one of the best venues.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I listen. I'm gonna go hardcore. Right, we're barely into January, and I'm gonna
January
say
4th for those of you.
Is when we record.
Yeah.
When it comes out, might be the 14th or something. I think we were in a top 3 venue.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that lends itself to an argument, but. You guys know the rules. This podcast is all about comedian acquaintances and I hope friends of mine. We talk about their journey. We talk about the comedy grind. I am about to hit my 1-year anniversary.
Really?
And I'm so excited. Ironically, I don't have a show. January 9th is my anniversary. I have a show on the 8th. I have a show on the 10th.
There's nothing in between.
Nothing.
That's funny.
So I'm just going to go to a show. I'm going to go to as many shows on the 9th as I can.
Well, you can organize a hang.
Yeah.
Organize a hang. The hang's important.
Yeah, me and a few of my buddies. What's very funny is I came up through a comedy college, quote unquote. But you have probably generated the most active Long Island comedians from your
from the two that I've done.
Did you only do 2?
I only did 2.
Walk us through it. Give me your philosophy on a comedy college situation, but also tell me about yours. Like not necessarily a sales pitch, just tell me about it.
Okay, well, the 2 main ones that are on Long Island. You have Comedy College at Governor's.
Run by the tremendous John Truson.
You got Stanton University, which is taught by my friends Peter Bales and Rich Walker, which by the way, I took both classes.
Did you really?
Yeah, I took both.
Awesome.
Yeah, back like 13 years ago. Yeah, I took both. Now 13 years later, I decided to form the Laughing Academy, which is it's a play on that what they used to call the loony bin in Sopranos.
Yes.
And you gotta shake them off to the freaking Laughing Academy. That's where it comes from.
Just proving you're Italian.
Yeah, exactly. So, in terms of philosophy, I preach the philosophy. I feel like stand-up comedy, has 4 main active disciplines that every comedian needs to master, and that would be professionalism, networking, work ethic, and obviously your writing, your act in general. You might have like a shortcoming on one of those things.
Yeah.
Like I am not the most professional person on the planet. You know that by now, but I like to think I'm a good networker.
Yeah.
I work hard.
You're a good hang.
I'm a good hang.
Like an unofficial part of it.
Right. Yeah. The hang's very important.
Yeah.
And my act's very funny. So even if you gave me like a 0 in professionalism.
I like the show just started. You're like, just so everyone knows, I'm funny. It's like,
oh yeah.
You may not be funny on the podcast.
Almost funny. Almost funny.
I think you qualify. You've been doing this for 12 years?
13.
13.
But
goddamn, you better be funny.
Well, first of all, just how long you've been doing it doesn't mean you're funny. There's plenty of fucking people who. So, am I allowed to curse on this?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. I'm just like dropping F-bombs.
That's why I do the intro song, like on YouTube.
So
you can't ever be monetized if you have a curse in the first 2 minutes. So I do 2 minutes countdown.
Yeah. So even if like you gave me a 0 in professionalism, I think I still get a passing grade.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. That's how I teach, like how I tell people to view stand-up comedy. Because there's so many people who get work and aren't funny at all. But
God willing, that'll be me.
Yeah. But like there are like I'm not gonna name names. I don't like to judge people's acts because I always feel like there is always room for improvement in a stand-up comedy act. And if they're new, give them a break. I wasn't good when I started. Everyone hated me.
You know what's so funny? First of all, I feel like everyone hating you can't be true. Because you're enough.
No, that's true.
Charming at all.
But here's the thing. I came into stand-up comedy very character driven.
Go on.
I was almost like a Bam the Savage.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was
Bam
like,
the Savage.
I was
fucking
almost, I was
shout out.
almost like that.
Really? Was it still the like? Because you are legitimately, your aesthetic
Mm-hmm.
is like modern goth.
It wasn't. I didn't even really have that full aesthetic yet.
Really? Because this is who you like.
Yeah.
When did you start comfortable? Like, you feel the most comfortable in this? It
Mhm.
feels like when I've seen you not in this,
Mhm.
you feel less comfortable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even with like,
Oh, like
your
when
stage, like when you're on stage and you have like some jewelry on, you got your eyeliner popping.
Mhm.
Even that feels like a hat on this,
Mhm.
as opposed to who you wake up and like feel.
Yeah,
most
like this
comfortable
is probably the most me right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
because I've seen you outside of that aesthetic,
Mhm.
and I think the main comment I made was like, I just presumed you were both.
No,
like,
no.
And like the fact that you have a full head of hair, like almost like disrupted the new kids from
Yeah.
2025.
I wouldn't call full head of hair. I definitely the forehead's getting a little big,
See,
but
also he's honest as all high.
it's true. I mean,
Honest
I'm not
as a
gonna take my
goddamn
bandana
man.
off right now because I'll have bandana hair.
Bandana
But
hair,
I
you will.
definitely I do have hair, but it's just a little bit of a high forehead.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What was that character?
Okay, I'll tell you the origin of the character is named Brent, and
No, Brent is how you started.
Oh, I thought you were
no,
talking about the
no.
character of me when I'm not all
No,
gothed out.
we can talk about that too. But
Oh, okay.
Start us off with you start comedy.
Yeah, I started comedy.
And you're like-
I wore a blazer. I wore like a Kangol hat,
Okay,
like forward Kangol. You
you
know,
were like a very 1990s white guy doing comedy in a black club. Was that
yeah,
the aesthetic?
kind of. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yeah. And I was doing a lot of like jokes about how I just broke up with my girlfriend, talk about weight loss, generic things like that. Then I started going up there with my long coat, which is something I wore day to
Yeah.
day. I started comedy in the summer of 2012, so it was a little too warm to wear that at the point.
Yeah.
So when it got colder, I started just going up there with my coat, and then then I started getting all like the Kinnison comments.
I was gonna say, was
Mhm.
that like
Oh,
the reason you delayed wearing the coat? Was that you? Just
no,
assumed-
to be totally honest with
your act isn't Kinnison at
you,
all.
no. And to be honest with you, like I didn't even know who Sam Kinison was when I started comedy.
Really?
I wasn't a big comedy person. I liked when I liked Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
I liked Lewis Black. I liked
Well,
John
you
Panette.
were a little bit younger than me.
Yeah.
So you were really isolated. It sounds like you had the same launching point I did, which was Comedy Central.
Mhm.
Like Gaffigan was the fucking man on
Mhm.
Comedy Central.
Mhm.
You weren't gonna see Carlin
Or
Maybe they
Kinnison.
would talk about
Yeah,
Carlin and
or
Kinnison.
like Pryor or
Yeah, they would get name dropped, but like
yeah.
that's I had an early episode. I had Long Island laugh off winner Vic on,
Mhm.
and her and I were talking about the fact like both of us a little bit unashamedly inspired by Dane Cook. Like
Okay.
Dane Cook, come on, stop. We don't need to keep insulting the man. The dude was the number one act for a minute though.
Oh, he was absolutely.
And like there's
Wasn't
something
he? Wasn't he like didn't he do like Madison Square Garden or something like that?
multiple times.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Madison Square Garden, like the little room. I forget what that's called at MSG.
Mhm.
And literally everyone did the jokes with him. He like basically had to tour his album
Mhm.
because it was so pop. It was like a fucking rock. I mean, he had a joke about it, but it was like being a rock star more than a comedian.
Mhm.
So when we got, by the time that we got exposure to guys like Gaffigan, or what really changed my trajectory was what was the round table show with like Patrice and Jim Norton. I'm so bad at names sometimes.
Mm.
They always talk about wanting to come back, and it was like loosely based on the Cellar hang.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It'll come to me later. But like the old school Rodney and shit was the guy from Caddyshack. Kinnison was the guy from what was that Back to School.
Mhm.
Like, so when you started getting those comparisons, did you like have to YouTube it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I'm
You're
just
like,
like,
fuck these guys. I'm not that fat.
yeah. So, well, not just that, but then I looked at it and I just say I understand like the hat and the bandana and the long coat, but that's it. That's where the similarities
Yeah.
end. But if that's really what you're going to keep calling me Kinnison and shit like that, but like how many comics wear like a leather jacket? How many comics wear a blazer?
Well,
You
I
know?
mean, what's funny is, and I don't know how different the scene was back then.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be educated on it. But nowadays, every other person is doing Dice. They just pretend they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have that layer of irony that like Dice was a Jewish guy. Like you talk about the Andrew Dice Clay character, and we don't talk about enough. That's a Jewish guy making fun of an Italian guy, and it just morphed into who he was. Because I imagine if you get sucked off 30 times in a row for being Italian, you just become Italian.
But well, also like even like the idea, like that character has been done in pop culture before. Like I don't know if you remember this little character called Fonzie.
Yeah.
Who was a Jewish guy. Also a Jewish guy, Arthur Fonzarelli.
If I could get into trouble on my own show,
Mm-hmm.
the best Italians are Jewish men.
Oh yeah,
it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even close. The unironicness of someone being like, "This is my culture, spaghetti," is just so weird to me.
It turns out Little Mo Mozzarella is also Jewish.
Little Mo just fucking he just sold out.
He actually goes by Little Mo Matza.
Yeah. Are you friends with him?
No, I've met him a few times.
We're gonna send him.
He is actually a pretty nice guy.
You know what's so funny is anyone who knows me knows that like I try not to be a judgy bitch,
mm-hmm.
but I am the most judgy bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the classes, because so many of you guys have been nice to me this year,
mm-hmm.
I've met people that are like 4 rungs up from the people I should be associating with. Like all due respect to you, you're like 2 rungs up. I've met people who are 4 rungs up from me,
mm-hmm.
right? But because you guys talk to me,
mm-hmm.
they feel the need to talk to me, and he was very nice. To
it legitimizes you.
It does. There are people. There's nothing
mm-hmm.
better than when someone comes up who like I watch because before I started comedy, I saw you. Mm-hmm. I saw Fat Jay. I saw Ellison. I saw Guy.
Where did you see me before you started?
Every time a show was free, I was there. So like I was on the governor's mailing list. If you sign up if you go to governor's,
yeah. Okay, yes, yeah.
Ticket, right?
So you were at the Thursday, Sunday shows.
But what happened was because of Thursday, Sunday, people on stage were really diligent about like, hey, follow me on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So you follow Ellison, and that's how you learn about Spider Bite Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like free show. I saw wasted talent shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like legitimately before I was thinking about trying to do stand-up.
Okay.
Because it was a fucking free show at a bar. Like I'm not gonna not go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not? Especially if it's something
no one's busted me yet. No, I get accused of being an obnoxious laugher. Not obnoxious. I have a distinct laugh. No one's mean about it because it's a laugh. But like if I'm in a room.
Yeah, I pointed that out when you used to come up the mics. You were the best laugher. I'm like, please come to every mic.
You know,
please,
so
Chaz.
Funny, the one downside of that is I can be the worst laugher because if I don't laugh at a joke, it's so obvious I didn't like it, and I don't like hurting feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard. It's hard.
But it's a good laugh. It's not an obnoxious laugh.
Thank you. I've been compared to someone who has, I think, the most obnoxious laugh ever, and it made me not laugh for 2 weeks at mics.
I remember back when I took stand-up university, there was a guy in our class, and you want to talk about obnoxious laughs?
Yes, please.
He just really,
he was the cowardly lion.
Yeah, kind of like that's exactly how. There's a video of me online of you can hear that laugh in the back.
That rules.
I'm like, that's your laugh, dude.
John Truson told me a story about a stand-up. Not a stand-up university, his comedy college, where someone went out like in a full costume for their debut show and never referenced it. Just like a full outfit. Who was the weirdest person in one of your classes? You took all 3. There had to have been
two.
Okay. Oh, because you didn't take your own.
That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't take my own class.
You have a doctorate in yours.
Yes.
Of those 2 classes you took, who was the weirdest character? Or was there not one?
There wasn't really, I wouldn't call them characters like that, but like no one really stood out. It's so weird. Like you see these people take the classes and how many, like the turnaround and like how many of them actually go on to pursue it.
Yeah. It's
like,
tough.
Like you did, but how many are there like you?
It's just me and Ryan.
Just you and Ryan from your class.
From my class.
And then
someone in that class, Dan, what's up? Not LaFontaine, a different Dan. How you doing, buddy? Has like industry connections. Like his girlfriend's dad is like an executive producer on what's that chef show everyone loves on. I'm bad at names on
Hell's
Hulu.
Kitchen.
No, it's not a reality show. It's like a live. It's the Bear knows like she knows like the executive producer of the Bear. I'm like,
Okay.
dude, fucking try to get on the Bear. Like that's how you get.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be able to sell some fucking tickets if I was on the Bear. Call me, whatever production company makes.
I am a bear.
I'm right?
I am.
They have that like real chef who's like kind of big and Latin looking. Like I can
Oh
do
yeah.
Like that guy's probably busy. He has to do like a private thing. But so, how many people from your classes? You had 2 classes. Did any pursue it?
Well, there was 4 students in my first class and 2 students in my second class. My second class, there was it was a 14-year-old kid and a guy who was like 30 who did do stand-up comedy before the pandemic. Then after the pandemic, he stopped, but then he took my class to kind of get reinvigorated.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And as part of your graduation, I put everybody on the show.
Yeah.
Like outside the graduation class.
That's cool.
So his name was Kyle. I had Kyle at that show in Port Jeff, Portside. It wasn't a good show. And then the 14-year-old kid, his name was Timothy. I had him at Spider Bite.
That's awesome. What makes a good show versus a bad show for you?
To me,
for people who don't know, how many is it 50-50 the amount of wasted talent agency shows that are free versus cost?
It's most of them are free.
It's 90-10.
I'd say more like right now.
It's all but the New Year's Eve show.
No, I would say right now it's 75% of the shows are free. Right now.
So it's a free show, right? Most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes a good show versus a bad? Because there's not a financial component to stress.
I would say just like I would like there to be at least 20 people in the crowd. To me, like, yeah, that's a good show. That's fine.
We were saying off mic that like one of the things that's unique about Wasted Talent is you don't necessarily, obviously you want your comedians that you book.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to advertise as much as they can.
Yeah.
The problem with new comics, from my perspective at least, right, is everyone I know has come once. They don't necessarily need to come again.
Mm-hmm.
So promote as you might, it may not necessarily see. A lot of times you rely on the venue to hopefully be enthusiastic enough to advertise and let people know there's a show. So for you, is it just sheerly a numbers thing? Like if there's 10 people versus 30 people, the 30 people show is probably going to be better, just energy wise.
Yeah. Just for the energy. And like the show is free. We do accept the donations at the end. Which is nice. I try to take care of the comics when I can. Very early
payday was from you.
Yeah. When I can, I'll throw the comics away like $20, when not. It's a free show. A lot of people anticipate if the show is free, they're not even going to get paid. But I try to just.
I gotta tell you, I don't anticipate getting paid on shows that charge.
There's an old saying in comedy. There's 3 stages in coming up. There's make friends laugh, make strangers laugh, then get paid to make strangers laugh.
Nice. What was your goal when you took that first class?
Well, I did comedy before I took the class.
Oh, okay.
I probably for like a year. I did, and then I did.
So what was the impetus for that? What made you wake up one day and be like, you know what?
I was like, a couple of people recommended a class, and I was like, maybe there's more to this than I thought.
Well, what even preceded the class though? Like the first time you decided to tell jokes into a microphone. What led to that?
Oh, okay. Well, I always liked stand-up comedy. I liked watching it, like we were mentioning before, like John Panette and Gaffigan. Those are the
what a good comedy.
Yeah, those are like the 2 that I really liked.
Did Panette die?
Yeah.
Rest well.
That's going back years ago now. It's probably like 8 years ago, 9 years ago since that happened.
I haven't thought of him in a minute. I have to listen to one of his specials.
Oh, you okay?
Just knocking over.
Oh, I just scared the pooch.
Sorry, buddy.
Anyway, I grew up in Farmingville.
Okay.
And there was that's very generous of you. There was a catering hall around the corner from where I lived called the Flaming Hearth. And once a month they would have a comedy show there. And it always just like itched in the back of my mind, like, oh, I want to know like how do you like get there, you know? It was a show produced by Mike Dillon. Sure, have you ever met Mike
I
Dillon?
met Mike.
Oh, you met Mike.
I don't know why I said it like that. I said it like I met Mike. He stabbed me. He did it. He's a lovely fellow.
Yeah. So I called the venue. I'm like, hey, I see you guys got a comedy night. How do you get like involved with that? Gave me Mike's number. I talked to Mike for a little bit. He's like, I can get you on. I need you to bring X amount of people, as you know, the whole bringer thing. Yeah, classic bringer. So it was my first time on.
I don't know if we've talked about this. For those who don't know, can you explain very briefly what a bringer is?
I call it laugh insurance. That's what I call it. Hey, you may not be the funniest guy in the room, but you at least contributed to the size of the audience. So maybe someone else may make them laugh. So I call it laugh insurance.
Laugh insurance. So basically, it's like you can do this show if you bring me 5 people willing to pay.
Yeah.
When money was better, fun fact about Chaz Velez, I would just pay my friends tickets. That's why my first 6 months of comedy had much fuller audiences than my last 6.
Mm-hmm. So I did that show, and then like I didn't have a good set. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I still liked it.
In your head, when you wrote that first set, did you even write the first set?
Oh yeah,
when you wrote that first set, you were like, "I'm a generational talent, and I'm going to."
No, I immediately just thought like, oh, wow, that was really bad. This is a lot harder than I thought, and I need to go back to the drawing table.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It took me. It took me about a year and a half, I would say, to like figure out who I am.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's quick.
I wouldn't call that quick. Some people come out of the gate hot. I think
that's true.
I don't mind being the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You should be like you, Chaz.
Nah.
What I slip you $20 for before the show.
Do you know anything about Star Wars?
I love Star Wars.
All right. So
let me be clear. I love episode 4 and 5. I love The Mandalorian season 1 and 2, but I really like the rest.
How much do you know about like Star Wars lore?
A decent amount. I'm a big like boring boy who will read about nonsense.
Well, if you know anything about Obi-Wan Kenobi was one of the least force sensitive Jedi. It didn't come to him as natural as other people, but he ended up becoming one of the best Jedi of all time. So just because you didn't start off great doesn't mean you can't become great.
Can I legitimately like just steal time from this podcast to just ask you advice? Because like I feel like recently I've kind of found it again, but I had a real imposter syndrome panic.
You were like you're the third person that has used that phrase. I don't fully understand what imposter syndrome means.
So it's like I feel like I started hot-ish.
Okay.
Out of the gate.
Okay.
I felt like people trusted me to add something to their shows far too early. I think like you gave me a spot too early. I feel like Butera gave me a spot too early. I feel like a lot of people trusted me to not drop the bag way sooner. Right? Like traditionally, correct me if I'm wrong, traditionally, like
so you thought you were like better than you were.
No, the opposite.
Oh.
I thought it was worse than anyone was treating me.
Oh.
And people were like, hey, you'll be fine. And I'm like, will I? Because I don't know what I'm fucking doing. And then like when I had my little like tragedy last year, I had a very hard time, like even being the energy that I thought like got me a pass sometimes. Right? You know what I mean? Like there's something about comedy that like you can say a funny thing or you can say something funny.
Right.
I feel like I was able to cover my ass by saying things funny, and then I lost that for a while. So I feel like I wasn't funny and I wasn't saying things funny. And like, is it just a matter of like you fucking keep fighting through it, or have you legitimately never felt that way? Have you felt like it took you a year and a half to figure it out, and then once you figured it out, you at least could get through it?
I'll be 100% honest with you. I still struggle with certain aspects of like, who am I as a comedian? And because, like if we talk like 3 years ago, I was a consistent comic at Governor's weekend spots, hosting Thursday, Sundays for about 5 years.
Unbelievable.
I was doing that, and I'm not.
It's a huge resume thing, regardless.
It's
a legitimate club,
Mm-hmm.
a legitimate club trusting you to host difficult Thursday, Fridays aren't easy nights necessarily.
Mm-mm.
You were trusted to do an important job. That speaks to you as a comedian. That's something that some comedians will never get a chance to do.
Right. I understand that. But then what happened was the club stopped using me.
Which must feel like getting broken up.
But I at least know that it's not like I got less funny.
And they didn't stop using you because they didn't like your comedy anymore.
Exactly.
There were extenuating. We don't have to talk about that.
But what I've realized is that sometimes getting booked has nothing to do with you being funny or not. There's nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That's why, like, my disciplines, like, only your act is only 25% of what makes up a good comedian.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about the networking and the professionalism and everything like that. Look at Artie Lang.
Yeah.
One of the funniest guys ever. But I wouldn't call him professional.
No.
But like his professionalism and like he's burned a lot of bridges. So if you give him like, even if you give him like a 5%, those two guys, you're not passing as a comedian anymore.
Yeah.
But as a working comedian, he's not working right now.
You can't trust it. Like again, to
And by the way, I love Artie Lang. I'm a huge Artie Lang fan.
On the other side of Beer League, that should have been the start of his 10-movie Will Ferrell.
Wait, you like Beer League?
I love Beer League's one of my favorite movies.
I see. I'm not a fan.
You don't like Beer League? When's the last time you watched Beer League?
It's been a minute, but
we're watching Beer League soon.
right after the podcast.
We're again. You know what? I was actually.
I am. Even though I would consider it more of a Norm Macdonald movie, I prefer Dirty Work.
But like you don't. Here's the nice thing: you don't have to pick one.
I know.
You can get you a girl who does both.
You can like both.
Yeah, dude, I love Beer League. Beer League's, but I mean, Dirty Work is another film. But here's the difference, right? Dirty Work got ruined in the edit. There's a version of Dirty Work that is out there that's better that no one's ever seen.
Oh yeah,
because they nerfed it.
Mm-hmm.
Beer League is exactly what he wants.
Did you ever hear
the fact that Artie Lang in Beer League? Go watch Beer League.
It's definitely a cult classic. It's Dirty Work.
I apologize to my editor. I just
this is typically what happens when I'm on a podcast, by the way, so don't feel bad at all. I derail things very quickly.
I just brought on a very funny comic. Ryan Young is acting as my editor and executive producer for this project. They also have a podcast coming out soon, so watch for socials for that. But I apologize real quick about Beer League. I was working at Public Storage once, and fucking goddamn Karate Kid walked in. Ralph Macchio runs into my Public Storage once.
Where is this?
Bubble wrap.
Where is this?
It was in Suffolk County.
Well, like, do you remember where? Because I can tell you probably why he was there.
I think he lives near it.
Well, he actually
doesn't he own a block?
He owns the laundromat on Deer Park Avenue. I think it's like kind of Dix Hills.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little further out than that, but like
again, I know because I used to go to the
that's awesome
laundromat.
So Ralph Macchio walks in, and I am there like alone in the office because I sent my most annoying coworker to go clean something because I was like a key holder, right? Ralph Macchio walks in, and in my head, I'm just screaming to myself, "Don't say Karate Kid." Kill yourself before
you say beer. I love doing Beer League.
Then I thought, yup. I go, holy shit, I love Beer League. Dude, his eyes opened up. Like
that is so funny.
Dude, the first time I saw this, I looked like Ralph Macchio when I said I loved him in Beer League. We talked about the goddamn. So in Beer League, there's a line where his fiance threatens to put a figure of a Puerto Rican on their wedding cake instead of Derek Jeter. And he's like, "Don't you joke about that." So I like quoted that to him. So he was buying bubble wrap for his daughter's Sweet 16. He needed to wrap the portrait they made. Okay. So I'm selling him a box, and he's pretending like the price is fucked up. It's like $54 for this giant box of bubble wrap. And he's like, "Oh, paid with a black card." I'm like, "You fucking Ralph Macchio." He pays. We talked for 45 minutes. I was about to get invited to the party. Like the conversation
That'd be
was
funny.
just about beer league. It was just about like making beer league, how great Artie Lang is, how
Mhm.
he was like going through troubles at the time. We're having the best fucking time. This
And that's back then.
Yeah.
Fast forward 25 years later, still going through problems.
Exactly right. Fucking we're talking about not Ralph Macchio, poor Artie.
Yeah.
His nose is better though, so I love him.
Mhm.
But this annoying coworker of mine barges in, like walks into the room,
Mhm.
sees Ralph Macchio, and she goes, "Oh, now mind you, he's about to like break down his phone number to give to me. Like we're best friends now."
Mhm.
And she opens up the door. She goes, "Oh my God, the Karate Kid." He's like, "All right, nice seeing you guys," and left.
Mhm.
So I have a picture of Ralph Macchio, and I was about to be his best friend because the beer league, respect beer league, is what I'm saying. We're gonna do a watch along. I'm going to build this podcast until I can do a Patreon, and then we're gonna do a like let's watch live, and you have to be on it.
Let's get Artie Lang here. We'll do a screening.
Holy shit!
We'll watch it with. We'll watch it with
Do
him.
you think I can? Can I have Artie Lang let me sleep on his couch like that show Crashing?
Like, are you an Artie Lang fan? Like,
I love Artie Lang.
so
he was the only. So I'm an Opie and Anthony listener,
okay,
but I would listen to Stern because of Artie,
okay.
and it was made to feel okay.
I'm sure you know about the when Anthony and Opie split. Then
Yes.
Artie filled in.
Yes.
And then they had that infamous episode. It was like Kumia, Artie, and Gilbert. I'm sure you've seen that. That's the fucking funniest thing.
It's amazing.
It's so funny.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah,
you can check that out today. But
well, his original direct TV show. Do you know about that?
yeah,
You remember the guy Mike Bichetti was on there?
Yes.
I actually know Mike Bichetti.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Who's the biggest name that you're like friends with? Like in your phone? I mean, I don't.
That
you
I can
actually,
then I can
You
call.
can actually say no to answering this because this might be too name dropping. But I am very curious.
The biggest name that
Like that's
I
a buddy.
know. That's a buddy.
I don't know why I just yelled that. I was like, I'm fucking your friend.
I mean, I could call a friend. I can call and
Acquaintance. What do you consider you and me?
my friends. I consider
Yeah.
as friends.
So yeah, make it a friend level. Also,
I guess now Roach, which is Roach is a friend to
we
all.
take for granted
I don't
Chris
take
Roach being in the Long Island Circle.
I don't take him for granted at all. Like I
I
remember,
think people take for granted the level that Chris Roach is.
um
I did an open mic that Chris Roach did an open mic at. That's
well that is also
fantasy
just
shit.
that is also just a testament of Roach being a actual comedian.
He's a fucking soldier.
Yes.
He is a soldier when it comes to.
He doesn't think he's the one of the most humble, not just comics, but human beings.
Yeah,
I don't know if he'll watch this.
I doubt it.
I remember when he originally got Kevin Can Wait, and he talked to me about he wanted to do like a little bit of a mini series because he didn't know like how if this was going to escalate his career or anything like that. He wanted to do a mini series and to help elevate the people that helped him up.
Wow.
Yeah. So I forget what he was going to call it, but he knew I was very good with like
How is
film
it
and
not
editing.
Chris Can Wait?
Chris couldn't wait.
Chris couldn't wait. Call him. Let's do it now. He complimented me at Royals,
Mhm.
and like that's the most legitimate I felt as
Yeah.
a stand-up so far.
He's just a good guy. I remember like he was just getting a lot of like indie work when I don't know if it was because of the show, but he was just getting a lot of private gigs and whatnot. And he used me just like
I get a
on things.
flutter in my heart when people bring him on because it's like you've seen him on that was a legitimate sitcom.
Mhm.
And it was in like the dying embers of sitcom. Like sitcoms aren't necessarily what they were. He was in one of the last great.
I will put this: when I got arrested a couple of years ago, 4:00 in the morning, I called Chris.
Oh shit!
I did call
What you
him.
got arrested for? Do you want to share that?
Do you ever listen to my act? Like,
I do.
woo! By the way, can I get another one?
Sure. Yeah.
No, well, there, obviously.
No, we can do it right now. You keep talking.
All right. But I feel rude. You're not going to be. No,
Do it.
no. Well,
This is fun.
wait.
The people go
If we're not live.
No,
what?
I'm not pausing it. I need
Oh.
you here. Answer this question.
No. No, it's
No,
no.
stop it. If comedy didn't exist, I'm gonna be right there. I'm
Oh.
just going over the bottle.
But are they going to be able to hear your reaction?
Yes.
Okay.
If comedy didn't exist, what do you think you'd be doing right now to try to get attention? and make it at least a 1 minute talking point.
Okay. Well, little known fact about me. Before I did stand-up comedy.
Gay porn.
Yes. No. And by the way, I do have a weird story off camera about that.
Oh, yay.
The bottle's over there.
Yeah, I meant to bring it to the table.
Okay. I did a little bit of voice acting.
Did you really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Was your goal to be Eeyore?
Oh, I could. I mean, first of all, I live the character. But I did some mild voice acting prior to doing stand-up comedy.
Really?
Actually, in the beginning of like when I started, I tried to incorporate impressions into my act.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did it just feel like phony?
But you know what it was? Like I felt because my voice acting was more like cartoonesque.
Give me one.
I don't want. Don't
give
do
me one.
All right, tell me a joke.
Sure.
Oh, he's gonna actually do it.
Yeah. My favorite thing about rocks. No. A duck walks into a bar.
Okay.
Goes up to the bartender. He goes, "Hey, got any grapes?"
I know this. I know this fucking joke.
Today's episode is unofficially brought to you by Elijah Craig Small Batch 1789.
It's
Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's delicious. If someone who can get me this for free wants to, I would like that. What sort of cartoon?
Yeah, just like
what were your inspirations? You don't have to do an impersonation, but
inspirations of being a voice actor. Like I loved Jim Cummings.
Nice.
Like, he was a voice of our generation.
Yeah, name a couple of his characters so that people know.
Oh, like he does stuff today. He's the modern day voice actor of Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, and he also does Tigger. I don't know if you knew that.
Say that. Oh, Tigger.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying what you were saying.
Oh, whoa. No, he does Pooh and Tigger, which is a testament to his ability.
Must be fun. Like that recording session must be fun.
And there's also like guys that you don't even realize who can like change their voice in a way that makes them sound completely different. But like,
were you able to do that, or did you always kind of?
I mean, well, no, I would be able to change. I mean, I've done a lot of things to my vocal cords since then, so that's why I'm like, I don't really want to do it right now. So I would have to like do exercises to get. I know, but like that's what it's like. If I did something right now, it would be as good. It wouldn't justify my ability.
Would you?
You know, like you're old enough to remember Homestar Runner.
Holy shit, yeah.
Homestarrunner.com. I grew up with that. That was all those voices was. All those voices was one guy. That's impressive.
Homestar Runner is begging for a resurgence. I would watch a strong bad show.
There was a small one.
I think every now and then they'll upload a new video. Like there'll be a new strong bad email, which is just like,
or just like a short. They had the video game.
Do you get mad that we don't have friends talented enough to just animate our shenanigans? Like, why can't we have a friend who why can't you make Wasted Talent Agency the biggest thing so I can have a job? Why are you so lazy that I don't get to be lazy? The
sad thing is I'm not lazy. I'm probably putting my eggs in the wrong baskets.
She's like co-producing with me. One of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Look, if you look at Wasted Talent Agency as a business, we have technically only been in business for less than a year.
Really?
Yeah. I've been producing shows for a long time. Yeah. But the name Wasted Talent Agency has only been a thing since last July.
You know what's so funny is I told Kelpie that she was like a founding member.
She was. And absolutely.
But Kelpie told me they were like, well, no, there was a group before me. I'm like, those are the OGs. Relax. So
no, but like the modern version of what it is, yes, she absolutely is.
Runs Squarehead Brewery, open mics and shows.
That's
rules.
Yeah, Squarehead is not a Wasted Talent show.
That's a pure Kelpie.
That's a pure Kelpie thing.
But Kelpie doesn't.
I mean, if she eventually wants to bring it into the umbrella, that's her decision. I would never like pressure her into doing that. I think we might have had that. Oh, is that your thing?
Yeah. I mean, I made a banner once because I did a show.
I
just used the charity name for my taxes.
Okay.
I was like, it all has to be under that little no-go. So I did the mask.
I think we had a conversation. I said like
You
if
helped?
if Wasted Talent becomes bigger, do you want to bring Wasted Talent? If you want to bring Squarehead on board under the umbrella, she said. I think she said yes, but that won't be until we're more. I would like Wasted Talent to be like a Don't Tell.
Yeah, I mean
I would. That's what I would like.
what's nice about
I feel like we're just like a shitty version of it right now.
what I like
And
about Wasted
I'm
Talent though is you raise money for the AFSPLI,
yes.
which is the help me American Foundation for Suicide
Like
Prevention,
yes.
Long Island.
Yeah. They have a lot of different regions. Like we donate to the Long Island chapter, which is obviously we're from Long Island. Originally, I was
I don't
giving
think
it.
it's obvious. We're pretty worldly.
I was giving it originally before I even knew about the chapters. I was just donating to the main national foundation. Then I realized, there's actually a Long Island. There's a Long Island branch. Why don't I just give it to them? Because this is where I'm from,
Smart.
And it might help someone who I know.
This might be way too heavy, but do you want to get into why that charity means so much to you?
It's not necessarily the charity; it's just the cause. I mean, there's plenty of charities
I didn't mean the charity group.
Yeah,
I meant
the cause.
of fighting.
Well, I can tell you where it started. Okay. We did a show at Sparta by one time, and I'm like, guys, if you had a good time, we accept donations. This is before I was donating anything. I just put out a tip jar. Hey, nobody. I put out a tip jar for the comics, and there was $400 in that hat.
Damn.
Yeah. So and so I gave everyone. I think that night I probably gave everyone like $40, right? And then there was like probably $200 left over, and I'm like, I don't really need to. Like, I would be happy with 100. That's how I always look. Like, I'd be happy with $100 a night. So I donated $100. And I'm thinking, like, who am I going to donate to? Cancer, big one, obviously. Alzheimer's. ALS. Then I'm like, why don't I do something that's kind of like goes under the radar? And I think that I landed on suicide prevention because you can't really donate to mental health awareness.
It's hard.
Like
everyone like bifurcates it, like it's subdivided.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like I don't know if there's any organization that is just like mental health awareness. Suicide prevention does fall under that umbrella.
Yeah.
So, and I think, there's the old stigma that, comedians are not right in the head. It's not as bad as what media portrays it to be. It's not there. It exists.
Yeah, people just used it as a punchline.
Yeah, like I think the Joker movie kind of inflamed it a little bit. It's not nearly as bad, but it does exist. But it exists everywhere.
There's not a profession where someone's not sad.
Exactly, but I think like this whole sad clown motif that comics get.
I mean, I use that song for like a lot of my like Instagram reels of like hey clown. Like it is the business that we're in.
Yeah. So I am like, why don't I
Someone
just
got so mad? Someone does stand-up comedy that they were like, I'm a fucking artist that just heard that. They just got so
mad. That used to be my like, I'm a fucking artist.
Do you really?
I used to back like I'm talking like.
Is that really how you felt?
No, like I used to use it as a punchline. Like I'm an artist.
I know you meant like you were sincere.
Like when I used to drop a pun in my act, and like I used to get groans. I'm like, oh fuck you, I'm an artist. Yeah, and Raniolo James used to like that was one of the great things that he loved about me. Like I'm an artist. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to the cause, I donated $100 to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, chapter Long Island, and it made me feel really good about myself. Like, I'm doing something great. And so I just continued to do it. I wasn't putting it on flyers back then. I would just say at the end of the night, if you enjoyed the show, you want to throw the comics some money, we would greatly appreciate it. And as a thank you for doing that, we'll donate 25% of what we make to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I eventually
it was just basically you pulled it out of a hat.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, one of the best things that I did this year, we did the suicide walk, and I got
probably my proudest moment in stand
Oh,
up.
I love
Probably.
that.
Yeah.
I had
It's
I had a-
definitely top 5.
I got a real gut punch when I saw how many beads our friends had.
Mm-hmm.
They did this beautiful thing, the AFSP, this beautiful thing where they had different beads if you lost like a father to suicide, a mother, a parent, it was a parent to suicide, a child to suicide, a friend to suicide, if you were suicidal, if you survived the suicide attempt. And like, I mean, it looked like all the colors of Benetton. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And you know, it's just it adds a layer of value, I think, to it. Because like comedy for a cause, it's trite, but it's dope. Like again, for me, I don't know if you feel this way, but like comedy is the realest art I can do. I love theater. I love performing. I love acting. But that's not me.
Yeah.
I can't write a song. My poems are trite. Like comedy is like actually one of the few gateways to my soul. And don't get me wrong, my goal isn't to like educate. My goal is to have a good time. But that's like me on stage, as opposed to like I would love to play Beetlejuice, but no one's giving me the chance.
Right. Well, comedy is probably the easiest form of entertainment
100%.
and to get into, but unfortunately, it is one of the most unappreciated.
Well,
that's
the clown thing.
Yeah,
You've allowed. There are certain acts I see that people like lead with, like, "Hey, this is valueless," but like, well, why are we throwing that out there?
And from doing 13 years of stand-up comedy, I know what it's like to do something and feel unappreciated. You know, like we mentioned before, like there are some people who are talentless and they're getting work, and you look at yourself as like, well, am I not good enough? So we end up getting that sense of self-doubt in ourselves.
John Truson said something that was echoed by John Ziegler that I loved. John Ziegler, I actually don't know if I want to quote him on this now. Pretend I didn't say the John Ziegler.
You can edit this out.
I'm not gonna. John Ziegler basically said like funny isn't as subjective as people think it is. Some things are just funny, and if an audience doesn't get it, that's not your fault.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like it was a very like sometimes they're not going to get it.
Well, in my class, I do teach that perfect stand-up comedy is trying to find the balance of subjective and objective.
Do you believe in the Patrice O'Neill 80-20? 80% should love you, but 20% should hate you. Patrice was adamant about like, fuck these people. Like if they don't like something.
I think that what I teach is that when you start off, you need to be as objectively funny
as milk toast as possible.
Milk toast. Like you need to.
I don't mean that as a
you need to be very like I don't want to say generic, but you need to be as universal as possible. So, like a general audience will like you. Eventually, you want to weed out the people who are not comedy fans, because remember, like those Thursday, Sunday fundraisers at the club, those are not stand-up comedy fans. They are there for the fundraiser.
I did pretty good.
I did, but what I'm saying is that they're not comedy people.
Yeah.
Eventually, you will figure out who actually likes you. Yeah. And then those are the people that you want to grab. It takes a long time for that. Yeah. And then you become subjectively funny. Like you are adhering to the people that think you're funny. There are like probably 20 realistic 20 fans of me. 20 actual fans of me. Now I'm talking about non-comedians. Now there's probably only 20. But
which is a fucking lot though, if you think about it, 20 strangers.
Yeah, but if I promoted, I am doing a recording of I'm doing a 45, those 20 people I can guarantee will show up.
Hopefully at CM Theater for the Performing Arts Center.
Maybe. You never know. I don't know if I would want 20 people at 300 seat theater. We'll pad it, yes. We'll calm down over there. But I can say guaranteed 20 people will show up. Probably.
Yeah. I got one, but it's a dog. He doesn't have
Oh,
applaud.
thank you, Papa.
Let's do a relative speed round. You having fun?
Yeah, of course.
The most honest. I got a couple drinks out of it. Have you ever bombed? Like religiously bombed?
Oh yeah, in my first year and a half, I bombed.
What was your remedy after?
Oh,
You eat shit. What do you do?
Okay, I remember the question that you originally asked.
Yeah, I can word it that way.
Yeah, like
what's your oh no, I bombed meal?
Okay.
Because when I bomb, the kid gets some pizza.
It's gonna be weird to say this, but like I don't eat.
You punish yourself?
I'm like, I don't deserve food. like I don't eat anything if I bomb. If I like food.
So you do well. You're like, I'm having mozzarella sticks and a burger.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was
I'll drop $30 on Wendy's drive-thru easily.
Out of curiosity, Kelpie, great Long Island comedian, brought like gummy snacks to our New Year's show.
Oh yeah, not edible, like not weed.
Regular. How excited were you that there were sharks in there?
Extremely. I ate all the sharks.
At Applebee's, they had a shark drink. I remember you bought one. They gave you like 400 sharks.
Yeah.
That guy was in love with you.
I think I cleared them out of all their sharks.
Oh, because next time we went, they didn't have it.
I'm like,
because that guy gave you all. And you were pissed. He gave you like eyeballs or brains or something.
You Japanese, this freaking shark supply. Oh, that's not nice. I'm sorry. That one might get edited out.
No, I almost insist we keep that. That wasn't hateful.
I am.
Tell them to stop killing sharks.
Yeah.
Have you ever changed a joke during your set? Because the last joke or like the joke you were working on freaked out the audience. You're aesthetic. I imagine sometimes takes people by surprise.
I definitely have changed, not the joke, but definitely the act.
Really?
I'm
like you try your first one, you're like, no, it's fun, baby murder, and then you just change.
No, I don't. I wouldn't go baby murder, but but I would say like I start talking about death, and then I realize that the audience is not down with it, so yeah. I just don't. I stop talking about death.
Dude, I did.
I'm grateful that I have enough material that I can do that. But in the beginning, your act's your act. You don't have anything else, so you have to keep going with the material you have.
I did a roast battle for Kevin Lenahan.
Okay.
And I was hosting, and I was like accidentally executive producing it. So the way it worked was after each roast round, the winner would get to do a set. Oh no, that's not true. The loser got to do a 5-minute set because the winner moved on to another round. So it was like you said goodbye to the audience.
It's your consolation prize, I guess.
The first or second person to lose their roast battle starts doing their set. 5 minutes, type 5. And the set's entirely about cancer. And like having a piss on cancer. And right before the show started, there was a cancer benefit. So a lot of those people stayed.
Oh,
I go back up to host.
But did that person know that?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't know it. I get nudged by the waitress who was at the time. This was before I was in a relationship. So the waitress was kind of hitting on me. She like nudges me. She goes, "Hey, just so you know." So I go up and I had to do
FYI. Take with it as you will.
I maybe had 5 minutes of material I didn't hate. I had to do 10 minutes of like goofy, fun standards to get the crowd back. And the comedian was hilarious, but like got screwed by the room. It was.
I'll tell you a quick story.
Please.
Maybe like
Don't
10.
Gotta be quick.
This is like 10 years ago. I'm doing a fundraiser for John Butera. It might.
Johnny B's.
I don't remember where it was. Somewhere on the North Shore. It might have been like Kings Park or wherever, right? All I knew it was a fundraiser, and I learned from, and there will be a lesson at the end of this. At the time, I was doing a lot of jokes about roadside memorials, right? So I do the joke, I land the joke, and nothing happens. I'm like, okay. So like, and again, this is like, I'm still relatively new, but like I have to keep going because this is the only material I have. So I keep doing jokes about roadside memorials. I get off stage and Butera comes up to me and says, "This fundraiser is for a family member who died in a car accident due to a drug overdose." And I'm like, apparently,
roadside memorial.
Apparently, during my act, the grandmother of the person who lost their grandson picked up a picture of her kid and started hugging it during my set. So the moral of the story is, if you are on a fundraiser, find out what the fundraiser is for.
Can I go one step further?
Sure.
You know what I do now?
What?
When I do a bar show?
Are there anyone here from a fundraiser from 2 hours ago?
I go to the bartender. What was going on before this?
Yeah.
I had one. I did one show at a bar where the bartender was like, "Nothing today, but yesterday we had like a 9/11 like thing," and I used to have like a war joke, and I was like, "Yep, never again," because like it's like, and again, the war joke was like pro-America, but like I'm not trying to fucking remind people of bad times,
right?
Like again, the closest thing to a bad joke in my set is I do have like. Before my relationship, I was fucking slinging around my little pepper. You know, I make people feel better. I've lost crowds, by the way, from talking about getting laid.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like you look out at the audience, it's a bunch of fucking like nerds that haven't seen it up close yet, and like they get mad at you. Like I was not mentally prepared for that. I thought like funny was universal. What's the worst advice another comic ever gave you?
Drop the goth motif,
dude. I was there for that. No, I'm just kidding. I think the difference is, would you agree that a motif is probably inherently bad, but yours isn't a motif? That's how it lives in my head.
It's who I am.
In my head, who you are.
The reason why I lost a lot, like when I talk about
sexy bitch,
I lost a lot of.
Bragging. You single right now?
No. Stop. When I was young, I lost a lot of family.
Oh fuck! I thought this was going way different.
No. I lost a lot of family growing up. So there has always been like a dark, brooding part of me.
Yeah. Eeyore's your favorite fucking?
He's the best character ever written.
And a character that was written.
Fight me.
So you like?
Anyway, so
did you ever see this? I swear to God, it's connected. You ever see Beetlejuice on Broadway?
No.
I recommend listen to this.
I've heard it's great.
The soundtrack's great. The Lydia Dietz in the musical, her mom dies.
Okay.
I think in the movie, both parents die. In the musical, her dad is Charles. Like they reconfigure the whole show. There's 2 songs about her being fucking sad that I think would resonate so bad. I just went this week because they closed yesterday at Broadway.
Yeah.
I honestly think you'll love the song. I do, because like again, I had some loss. So again, you are. This is the most authentic you.
Probably
like
right
you
now.
In a fucking a purple polo would be like it might burn odd. Your skin.
Yeah, I would never wear that unless I'm doing the Brent character.
Yeah,
which is an irony of like who I actually am.
It's also
that is a character that is the
antithesis.
No, not the antithesis. The visceral reaction of people always telling me you gotta drop the goth motif. You gotta just wear like normal clothes.
Brent
so like
button down
vest, almost like how you dress.
Yeah, it look delicious when I do it.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you that sincerely as a promoter. How important? I had an argument with a friend of mine, comedian friend of mine, been doing it just barely longer than me. Like I'm talking months longer than me. They've had a lot of good success. They produce a lot.
Do you want to mention the name?
Something,
okay.
Something just because I'm going to say this, and I do know they watch. I happen to think they dress like trash, and I do think your aesthetic is important. How important as a producer for you, right? Because again, Wasted Talent Agency, it's nice because it does kind of cover a full gamut of aesthetics. We'll talk. We mentioned her a lot. Very funny comedian. If you have a chance, go see her. Kelpie always looks put together on stage. I've never seen Kelpie not put effort into her aesthetic. I've never seen Greg Cassiano, a student of you, a former student of yours. He's tearing up the scene right now. Greg is arguably one of the best first-year comedians on the island, and I'm very jealous of that.
Well,
He looks
he
did better.
He did comedy before.
Oh, so he's disqualified?
No. He did comedy a few
Am
years
I your favorite
ago.
first-year rookie?
Let me finish. He did comedy years ago with like Mike Dillon and everything like that. He came back and it was just doing like random crowd work. You probably remember it.
He unretired.
He unretired.
That
exactly.
doesn't count then. So it's not a rookie.
Not a rookie. Like he has been on. Well, you can also say that about Tommy Samari. Tommy Samari has a no. But he has a year in. He has experience in rap, so he has stage.
Well, no, I think
he's been on stage before.
I think Tommy and I are both comedy rookies. It doesn't matter that we came. If we were rookie players and now we're playing basketball.
If you have experience being on a stage, it is a foot in the door.
Totally.
You were already up from someone who's never been on stage before.
And Tommy are rookies, and dare I say, two of the best rookies to ever come through life.
Okay.
I would love a cosign if you could just
can you cosign this
so I can clip it?
Yeah. All right. So where was I going with
Bad
this?
advice.
No, the goth thing. Okay. At the end of the day, funny is funny.
Yeah.
The thing where people are saying you gotta drop the way you look is they said don't necessarily drop the goth thing, but don't dress distracting.
Yeah.
That is what they really meant. You want to be known for your material, not for the way you look, which I do understand that. And to be fair, I do. Sometimes I don't wear a long coat. Sometimes I just wear a blazer, but I still wear like the eye makeup and everything.
Yeah, sometimes you wear the.
And you don't want to dress distracting. You don't want anything to take away from your act.
I just feel like. So I have a couple nice pairs of shoes that I've realized after the fact can be distracting.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple pairs of shoes I don't wear because they're too distracting. They have like fucking studs on them and whatnot. If I do wear a distracting pair of shoes, because again, some people just don't wear nice shoes. I feel like I have to comment on them, and then people don't pay it. Then people get over it quickly. That's I feel like the middle ground. Because again, I'm not going to wear fucking shitty shoes to not be like, again, or I wear a lot of vests.
If you have a particular style, or let's just say for whatever reason you are
style versus costume.
If there is something physical about you,
big dick, can't wear pants too tight.
No, but you do not address that right away. You do a joke, maybe a few jokes, and then you go into.
Oh, really? I'm gonna move it in my set.
If you ever noticed, I talk about the goth thing. I don't open with that.
Yeah, it's usually like second or third.
Yeah, exactly. There's a guy who I started with. His name's Jordan Latterback.
Is it because you want them to talk about it?
No, it's just that you don't need to fully throw it in their face. There's a comedian named Jordan Latterback, guy who I started with. Extremely funny. One of my favorite guys. Like super funny. He has cerebral palsy.
Yes. I just said yes, so excited.
Yeah, but it's not like to the point where he's like walking around weird. You could tell he calls it a mild case.
Yeah.
So, but you can tell that there's something slight, but he doesn't address it right away. He'll probably talk about it like 10 minutes into his act.
Yeah.
He goes like,
and
he has like a little bit of a verbal cadence to him. I can actually do a pretty decent impression of the guy. This is how he kind of talks. Yeah. So
I don't know why I got so uncomfortable. I didn't want to
no, it's fine. It's fine. He goes on stage. He's like, I should probably address why I walked up here walking like a pterodactyl. Then he talks about having cerebral palsy. Yeah. I think it's very important that you need to challenge the audience.
Yeah.
Like when I do a long set, I'll probably talk about the goth thing maybe 10 minutes into the act. Yeah. I'll be like, that's when I say, like, I don't know if you could tell by looking at me, but a lot of people ask me for a lighter. That's when I go into it.
Yeah.
They should probably address it.
Waste material on these cretins watching this podcast.
But back when I started, I used to open like that. I would go up there and be like, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. And I would open with that joke. But now I've learned to do it later.
Do you do a lot of self-deprecating? I don't think you do. I've realized way too many people that look like me just jump into like insulting themselves. I have no interest in insulting myself. It's so weird that I'm like that much of a douche.
Self-deprecating humor has gotten a little. It's a little old school. It's a little early 2000s, in my opinion.
It's just not cool.
Again, like the guys that we were talking about before, John Panetta, Jim Gaffigan, they always make fun of themselves. Yeah. But that's a little bit of an old school mentality.
I like the Patrice O'Neal style of like, despite how I look.
Yeah.
People love me.
The style of comedy today that's pretty popular is like, we want to be cool.
Yeah.
If you notice, like who's cool? Who's the great comics right now?
I mean, there's that fit that model. Maniscalco is like the coolest.
He's cool.
Chappelle's cool as shit. I think Sarah Silverman sells herself as like very dynamic and cool. I mean, Burr's different because Burr's like your dad who just knows better than you. There's a coolness to that.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson has fucked every
comedy is about. It's not about being like the lovable loser anymore. Unfortunately,
do you think that's coming back? Do you think it's unfortunate?
No. Look, there's trends.
I think there's room for both. I would rather not.
Look, back.
I don't want people laughing at me.
When Seinfeld was popular, it was all about observational humor.
Yeah.
But even Seinfeld has changed.
He made that terrible Pop-Tarts movie that I hate.
You don't like the Pop-Tarts movie?
You like the Pop-Tarts
movie? I liked it.
The first guest, I don't think they come back. Pop-Tarts? You don't like Beer League, but you like the Pop-Tarts
No.
movie?
I don't dislike the Pop-Tart movie. I don't have a strong, I wouldn't put it in the bad movie category.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. When are we going on tour? When's there going to be a wasted talent? Let's do 10 cities in 10 days.
I don't like to travel.
I know you don't, but I'll drive it. You can sit in the back of the deck.
As long as it's a place that you're familiar with, fine. It's a bad quality for a stand-up comedian. I don't like to travel. I really don't. So, I mean, if I've been there, I'll go back because I've been there.
How do you go there the first time?
I usually go with someone.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's got to be like while I'm driving by myself. Oh, this looks familiar.
So I want to do
bad quality for a comedian.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's is that like a phobia?
A little bit. Did
I learn about a phobia on
there? I don't like being in.
Do I have to sedate you like B.A. Baracus? That's an 18 reference. You're welcome, youths.
I don't like being in uncomfortable situations.
Well, life is uncomfortable.
Yeah, but like if I can avoid it.
Interesting.
So like if I'm like, let's just say like I was asked to go to California.
Yeah.
I will be dreading the trip. Once I'm there, I'm fine.
Should I just tell you day of?
I will say once I'm physically there,
the trip?
It's just the trip.
Why don't you book a bunch of places? I'll drop.
No, but I always worry about what if we break down? What if something happens? But like once we're there, I'm fine. Because I know, like, if we are there on time early and we're able to digest, I'm fine.
So tour bus?
If someone else is driving, sure.
Well, yeah, definitely not you. You're not driving a tour.
As long as someone else is handling the navigation, making sure we get there.
Do you want to?
But I'm not in that position where that is that's not realistic right now.
It is real. What are you talking about? Call a bunch of bars, offer to do comedy. We'll do a bunch of fucking free shows. We'll do a 10-day tour.
And who's paying for that?
What do you mean?
Are they
gas?
Yeah, but I'm like, you're gonna have. But this is why I don't have an agent.
Why not? We'll get one first.
All right, yeah, sure. Yeah, have someone. Oh, did I just spill over there? No.
You son of a bitch.
Suck it out. The dog's gonna get drunk.
Oh no,
no, the puppy.
We'll end on this. This is my favorite question to ask. If you could open for anyone, anything, living or dead, to give you a couple examples, right? Like I would want to open for Patrice O'Neal. I think the one of the greatest to ever do it. Ryan would want to open for My Chemical Romance. which is genius. Like I would have never thought of that. Who would you, if anyone, or anything?
Wait. So it could be music.
Could be a band, could be a comedian, could be a. You could open for a fuck. You want to open for Hamilton? I'll give you a tight 10.
If I could open for anybody, that's a weird question. Not a weird question, but it's like I will say, probably my favorite comedian. I would say I would like to open for it. Jeremy Hotz.
Fuck, I do not know. I don't think I know Jeremy.
He had a Comedy Central special back in the day. So if I whipped up right now, you'd be like, oh, that's your favorite comedian. You definitely have seen him.
Awesome,
if you're a Comedy Central Presents
Comedy
guy.
Central Presents.
You've definitely seen him.
So remember the 12 minutes where TiVo was like a thing?
Yeah.
I filled my TiVo with Comedy Central Presents. And it's just on a fucking endless loop.
Okay. So you've definitely seen Jeremy Hotz then, but you probably just don't remember him. He's one of my, if not my favorite comedian.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah. I gotta check.
But that would be like who I would like to open for. Or do you have to go back? No, he's still performing. He's a West Coast Canadian guy. I will say in my top 5 favorite comedians of all time, I did get to open for. His name's Jay London.
Shut the fuck up.
You know who Jay London is? Yeah.
You had to open for Jay London?
Well, it's like we were on the same show.
Was it Governors?
No, it wasn't Governors. It was in Connecticut.
Work with him?
Well, he used to be a Queens, Long Island guy. Yeah. So a lot of the guys who I'm friends with, like Rich Walker, Peter Bales, they came up with him. So he was in town on personal business, and he just was trying to get as many shows as many shows as he can get while he was in the area. I got to do a show with him, and we talked.
Awesome?
One of the nicest guys ever. And it's funny because like so you know who Jay London is?
Yes.
Who he is on stage is kind of like who he is off stage. He's like, "Oh, thank you very much. You're great. You're so nice. You know."
Amazing. That rules, man. Did you have fun?
Oh yeah. This is a lot of fun.
Come back to it again?
Sure, absolutely.
Like 30 questions, and we got through 3.
Oh yeah, because I knew this was going to happen because
we used to have a podcast.
Oh yeah,
listen to your old podcast.
Yeah, me and Travis Grant, we used to do the Rocco and Travis hour.
Hell yeah.
And it was the whole concept was we were just 2 out of control comedians. There's trying to survive Long Island comedy. That was like I love that. That was our thing. He was definitely more out of control than I was. Like I was the one who was like trying to ground him a little bit. It was the comedy podcast equivalent of Cat Dog. That's the best way I can explain it.
Can they still find that on YouTube?
Not YouTube. You might be able to still find it on MySpace. Maybe Spotify. Maybe yeah. I have to. There's clips of it on Instagram.
Go hunting. What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram handle is Steve Rocco Comedy. Yeah. Then there's the Instagram for Wasted Talent Agency, and then there's the one for the podcast. If you care to look up some clips, do it. I insist. I am considering coming up with a new podcast idea.
Do it.
When we hit when we had the second season of the Rocco and Travis Hour, we tried to do a different format where we would have a comic who started after us and a comic who started before us. And we would compare.
Oh, I love that.
Talk about we did one episode of it and we had Chris Roach and Joe Cravella because we felt like we tried to find 2 guys who were kind of similar because they both talk about being like really tall and stuff like that.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
That's adorable. And I love it. And I love you, buddy. Not romantically, but like as a friend.
No.
And I'm going to keep telling people you're a mentor. And then you'll be blamed.
Am I on your Mount Rushmore of mentors?
Yes.
Oh, really? That's
you, Truson, Ziegler.
Do you still have the chisel?
Yeah.
Okay, because you might need to recarve some faces.
I need a fourth horseman at some point.
You'll find one.
Again, if
Not-
Butera books me for some of the like fucking dinner gigs, maybe. I mean, trust me at a theater, but
There.
what if I just use this platform to like people who are nice enough to book me? I'm like, fuck them for not booking me right.
Yeah.
I'm Chaz Velez, your almost funny host. That was my very funny guest, Steve Rocco. Huge thank you to our fake sponsor.
It's the bottle. The bottle is empty.
That's how good this product is that the bottle is empty.
Mhm.
Thank you to my wonderful production team. Thank you to my sound engineer, Jameson, the dog, Ryan Young, the executive producer. Again, that is the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, the possible vampire, Steve Rocco. I'm Chaz Velez. We will see you next time. Peace.